Every team, every topic, everywhere. This is Believe.
What's up, hockey fans? We're on the short shifts here. I'm obviously the captain, second one of the week. Toph actually started talking about what I'm going to ask him today, which is pretty cool that our thoughts were in the same wavelength. We used to call it the cousin connection when we played together. The connection was Toph would do everything smart on the ice. I would just skate as fast as I could. He'd hit me for a breakaway, or he'd do everything nasty. I'd go backdoor and he would shoot it off my shin padded in. So very similar to our podcast here. All right. I'll go for the tap ins and then Selly like I did it all. Toph, culture. You hit on it last time, and team building. Team building through building your culture up through team building. You do a lot of this. You go all over the country. You've worked with Division I teams, Division III teams, club teams, youth teams, junior teams, all this stuff. All right. Let's get down to like some team building things that maybe some age appropriate ones, maybe up to 13 to midgets, and then like maybe juniors if we have time. Like just a couple of things. Like what does it look like if you're working with a youth team? What does it look like if you're working with like around a midget bantam, team? And what does it look like if you're working with older teams, junior college?
Okay. Yeah, I mean, they're obviously very different for all of them. I think for the younger teams, it's about like building camaraderie and really just like having fun with the kids. And so a couple of things that I do, like I love doing stuff with like a beach volleyball, like one of those big inflatable ones where they have to like pass the ball to each other. And it's like a competition between two different teams. But it always has like a kind of like a team message that goes into it. You know what I mean? Right. So like players have to talk and they have to figure out the best strategy. And like, there's a lot of cool things you can do with that. One of the ones that we do is all of the players have to sit in a circle and they have to pass the big beach ball around with their feet around the circle, and they're going against another group, and the first team to go all the way around wins. And it's hilarious because a lot of times like it's really hard to do. So the ball will go flying somewhere or whatever. And a lot of times what happens is people will start like pointing the fingers and blaming, I can't believe you did that, blah, 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 blah. And then so like, okay, then you watch what they're doing, and then you talk about how this would be applicable to the game. So are people going to make mistakes in the game? Yeah. Okay, are you going to call them a moron or an idiot, like you just did when the beach ball went around that way when they come back to the bench? No, like it's all about positive energy and like being there for each other, being on the same page and stuff like that. So for the younger kids, I think one of the things that we do is, and I got this from a military guy, it's 5 perfect jumping jacks. So I give them literally no directions other than you have to do 5 perfect jumping jacks where they got to like start and finish at the same time. And it has to be the same wavelength, all 5 of them. And then I just say, go. And then they kind of like okay, what do we need to do? And blah, 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 blah. And like, okay, who's going to start it? Okay, 1, 2, 3, go. And they have all this stuff to figure out to do it. And then when somebody messes up, which ultimately that they do, then it's like, oh, what are you doing? And then again, and then it's teachable moments here, right? Okay, maybe there was one alpha who was telling everybody what to do and nobody wanted to listen to that guy. Okay, now how can we talk about this and learn from it? And things like that. And another thing that we do with the young kids that is a lot of fun, it's a rock, paper, scissors challenge and how it works. And I remember, who did I get this from? I forget where I got this from, but I definitely took it from somebody. Basically, your whole team, everybody gets a partner, you go best of 3 rock, paper, scissors. If you lose the rock, paper, scissors against that person has to go find somebody else who won, and you have to cheer for the person that you just lost to. Awesome. So they go, boom, rock, paper, scissors. And then when the next person wins, all of those people have to cheer for that person that won. And it goes like throughout the whole team. And then at the end of it, it's 2 people going against each other with the entire team cheering those people on. And it's just like a lot of fun. Like they get going.
That's electric.
Yeah, that
is electric.
Absolutely electric. It's so much fun.
Wow. That is, I'm just imagining how that is electric. Wow. I'm going to do that at TPH maybe tomorrow. That's awesome.
It's
Love that.
you should video it and send me a
Yeah.
video. It's
Yeah.
awesome. Yeah, it's a
Yeah.
lot of
That's
fun.
hold on. Hey Siri, set alarm 8:30 a.m. Toph's rock paper scissors culture game.
Right on this podcast.
Right on there. Dude, I'll never remember if I don't do that. So I'm gonna do it tomorrow. I'm gonna film it, send it to you.
I like
That's
it.
awesome. Okay, so how about the middle age, like maybe like 13 to
well,
midget?
there's not really middle. It's basically younger and older. So like
Okay.
that's from like mites to peewees and bantams and above. What I do is I do my 5R presentation, and we talk about what I think are like the 5 R's of excellence, and that's resilience, relationships, relentless repetition, relishing the moment, and reflection. So resilience, again, one of the most important life skills that you can have and one of the most important skills that you can have as a team. Things aren't going to go well all year. How can we build resilience? When the tough times happen, how can we come together as a group rather than point fingers? We've probably been on teams where both have happened, and the teams that come together in tough times typically win. The teams that point fingers, culture sucks, and that never ends well. Relationships. Successful teams really put a lot of time and effort into relationships, really getting to know each other on a deeper level, really being there for each other, in times of need, really just like really getting to know people. At the end of the day, close teams win championships. When I do this with college teams, the first question I ask them, how many people in here have won a championship? Raise their hand. Typically you get, 50, 75% of the kids raise their hand. Okay. Of all of you kids that have your hands raised, right? Keep your hand raised if that championship team is the closest team you've ever been on. No hands go down. Very few hands go down, right? Like there is a direct correlation between how close your team is and the amount of games that you're going to win. Okay, so we talk about how to build that camaraderie within the group during the tough times, how to build that camaraderie within a group in structured times and unstructured times, how important your conversations are away from the rink and how negative and positive energy are contagious, like all that kind of stuff. Repetition. Right? Repetition, how important repetition is and putting in the work and putting on the bootstraps and doing it for each other. The most selfish thing you can do as a teammate is to not bring your best version of yourself and work hard in practice. Because if I'm not working hard in practice, I'm not making you better. If you're not working hard in practice and we're going against each other in one-on-one drill, you're not making me better. Right? So doing that. We talk about, relishing the moment, being in the moment together as a group. It's really, really easy to focus on the past and beat yourself up. It's really, really easy to be stressed about the future and get anxious from it. It's really tough to be in the here and now. But that's what successful teams do. They love the process of getting better together. And we talk about that. And then reflection, just understanding your why, man. Understanding your why as a group. Who are we playing for? What are we playing for? Like, again, we talk about college teams. We're playing for the town. We're playing for the university. We're playing for the alumni. Youth teams. We're playing for our parents. We're playing for each other. We're playing for a banner, like to hang in our community rink, whatever it may be. Like, just understanding that what we're doing, there's a bigger why to it. So like 5 R's, like that's what I do a lot with the older teams. I ask a lot of questions. It's and getting into the root of who their team is and their identity and maybe what some of their issues are, like we've talked about on a previous short shift. So I know that's a long-winded answer to the question. I try to fit it into 8 or 9 minutes here. Are
there any, so like with the younger kids, so the older players, it's obviously deeper. It's like deeper, really digging down deeper. Younger kids,
yep.
It's a little bit more elementary, obviously. Do you do any physical challenges with older teams or anything like the jumping jacks? Do you do the jumping jacks? Does that work?
No, I don't.
I feel like that could very well work for a college team as well, or a junior team.
Oh, for sure. And I got it from somebody who did and came in and worked with us. So I think they were called the program. It's a military group that they basically put you through some military exercises. So I don't do that, but other people are doing that, and it can be very useful for sure.
Yeah. There's so many different ways to work on, these types of things. And Toph has said it, over and over and over, like identity for your team. Like it's massive. We said it on the last short shifts here. Your team identity is everything. And that is hugely based off of the ice. How close is the team? Are they bought into the team identity? Do these players like the identity the team has chosen, whether it was by the coaches or the coaches and the players mixture or whatever? Does it fit the personalities of this team? There's a lot of things that you've got to work around, especially at the older ages, to win games. And this is a massive, massive piece of it.
Yeah, for sure. And we got 30 seconds left here. So I want to talk about the younger groups for a second. Some of the best team building you can do is like shinny tournaments. Rent a banquet room in your hotel and have a kick-ass shinny tournament. Or Xbox, put a couple TVs in there, like make it into a lounge, like that stuff goes a long way. Like team meals, like having team meals in fun restaurants, order by number, like that stuff goes a long way to building camaraderie with youth teams. So hopefully we've given you guys some stuff here. We are 10 minutes in.
Share the show.
Share the show.
If you like the show, please take a moment to rate, review, and subscribe. It really does help the show to grow. Thank you for listening.